Hello, my dear ones. Welcome to Jessica's Intuition. Welcome to the next weekly reading. Before we start here, I definitely need to mention something briefly. Only for those who are not interested in this, you are welcome to fast forward. We are looking at the week from the 24th of March, the 30th of March. So March is coming to an end. And after that week, we are already in April. Before we start, I noticed in the last weekly reading, it definitely resonated better with you that I did all 12 zodiac signs as a general message. That was clear to me. So, it has always been like that in the past. In my first year, I did that. Then at some point, I stopped it altogether. Then I tried it again. So in 2021, 2022. And then finally, I think in 2023, I stopped doing it. And last year, 2024, I didn't do it at all. I would like to try it, so I definitely want to continue doing it for all 12 zodiac signs. I actually try to do it on Friday or Saturday evening, depending on when I have time, to film for you so that you all receive it on Sunday. I can't always promise that it will be ready by 8 o'clock on Sunday, maybe a little later. In any case, I have decided that I will publish them all on Sunday and not before. I also considered whether to publish them earlier once they are finished. But I think I'll release them all at the same time on Sunday. Unless I change my mind during the week. No idea, I'm still thinking about it. Exactly. As I said, I don't know if everything will work out at 8 o'clock in the morning this time. We are now almost at Saturday night. Yes, I just have to see. Then I definitely wanted to mention here that some comments last week didn't sit well with me. First of all, this is my channel. If I want to include an introduction here, then I will. That's the first thing. I don't know how long it will be. I say that in advance. You are not forced to listen to it. As I said, you can also fast forward. Anyone who is only interested in the card readings can actually leave my channel. So I'm very straightforward about this because I want to have a community here that stands behind me and appreciates it. Knows what I'm saying here. And it's not just solely about the card readings. I've said it before, I'm not a card reading machine, that it's only about the card readings here. This is also about astrology, and in every weekly reading we actually choose what astrologically awaits us in the week. I am genuinely happy, I must honestly say, when people reach out and leave a comment. That's how you can find the flaw in the ointment and simply fish it out. So I have deleted a few comments and actually also a few users blocked. As I said, if something doesn't suit me, then I just do it. And I wanted to mention that I find it very disrespectful to even bring it up. And as I said, I don't want to make a big deal out of it. I won't even bother with it anymore. I just wanted to mention it once. Anyone who stands out to me will be blocked immediately. All right, that's just a heads up. The 72-hour outlook was also very well received by you. It will be available again on Thursday for all 12 zodiac signs. What I noticed about that are the timestamps. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I will not be adding timestamps, that I won't be writing down who comes up next. If any of you would like to do that, feel free to do so. I am very grateful to you for that. About it. I also remember such things. And maybe I'll pick you out sometime and you'll get a little goodie from me. Always remember, it's a give and take. I lay out the cards for you here. I don't have time for everything. And unfortunately, I don't have time to do that for all 4 channels. That's why I didn't do it. You are welcome to write in the comments when your reading begins. I'm not upset about that. I'm very grateful. There's good karma for you. And as I said, you also stand out to me because of it. Comments like the timestamps are missing or whatever, they stand out negatively. I just wanted to mention that so you're aware. I see everything. I also see things that are not visible. So in that sense, I see everything. Yes, that's just a preliminary note. I hope I haven't forgotten anything now. Exactly. I had told you that I have a course over the weekend, which actually runs from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. from Friday to Sunday. Sunday, these readings will be released on Sunday. Out. At some point during the day, the remaining spring readings will be released. Also on all channels. And I will actually try from now on to publish the weekly reading on all channels. So that is actually my project right now, which I want to start. The remaining spring readings will then come out sometime on Sunday during the day. And then starting Monday, the April readings will follow. First the monthly reading, then the me and my counterpart reading. I know. I still have a few love readings pending about what is coming in the love perspective. I think I will also do those this week, but I also have a few appointments this week. I'm not sure how I will manage all of it. Then we also have the new moon this week, for which an oracle will be released. Then we have Neptune, which is the sign. And I would actually like to make a video about that as well. That's why I just have to see. Maybe I'll do it like this. I'll first do the April readings because they are a priority. Then I'll do the remaining love readings. I think there are still 7 missing from the What's Coming Up in Love series. For you, the timeless ones. And after that, I will do the me and my counterpart reading. They will probably extend into April, but everything is somewhat timeless anyway. Every month a reading is released for this row, outer layout. Because if it extends a few days into April, I think it's not that big of a deal. So, I think I'm done with the complaining. Yes, as I said, I can't stand that kind of thing. I just wanted to mention it once. And with that, the matter is settled for me because I don't celebrate or like that kind of thing at all. Alright. As I said, we are looking at the week from the 24th to the 30th of March. The weekly readings won't be too long. Of course, the intro I speak will be included in each zodiac sign. That also goes sometimes longer than the actual reading, but as I said, it's all a message. And it's all important for the next week. Not just the card reading. And ultimately, it's a weekly reading. Almost every day, a video is released on my channel. That's why I can't make all videos 30 minutes long. It just doesn't work. As I said, if that doesn't suit someone, they are welcome to take the door and just leave. So, what's coming up this week? We have right on Monday, the 24th of March, we have a Sun-Mercury conjunction. Mercury is currently at 4 degrees. Aries, it is retrograde, which means it will go back into Pisces. I told you it was at 9 degrees wider and is now at 4 degrees wider. And actually on Monday, we might experience major turning points, or a major turning point might occur. It could also be that something from the past comes up. Something we want to bring forward. Especially Mercury also represents our mind. For communication, the sun always illuminates that. They are practically right next to each other. So they are directly, let's say, in the chart, they are right next to each other, the conjunction. And that can actually also mean, where should it go for you now? In which direction should it go now? In general, where? So it can actually mean where to with you. Where to with you? How should it move forward now? That is indeed so. With Sun conjunction Mercury, that can actually be directly on Monday that you also feel it. The energies, they know no time, they are just there. They are already there now. One person feels it earlier, another feels it later. Then on the 27th of March, we have Venus, which is retrograde conjunction Neptune. So I would actually take this week to take time for yourself. So I would take time so that you take time for yourself, that you also withdraw, that you think a lot this week about how things can generally continue for you, because we also have the new moon. It will be a very, very spiritual week. Also, I believe the week will not be easy either. Then I'll tell you now, as I said, on the 27th of March, we have Venus, retrograde conjunction Neptune. Neptune is currently at 29 degrees. Pisces, as I said, it is also changing its sign. It can actually be that we are more emotional, that we are more sensitive, more compassionate. It can also be that we want to heal or want to heal ourselves, that things come up. Simply things that we are allowed to process that we might have pushed aside. Forgiveness issues as well, something like forgiving oneself. This is definitely a time for spirituality, to go within, to be with oneself, to, as I said, also take time for oneself. As I have already said, it can also mean major cleansing processes. As mentioned, the topic. Healing, topic. Yes, cleansing, I am definitely with the star energy there, I just have to say. We have On the 27th of March, we also have the Lily changing its sign. It changes every 9 years, which also moves into Scorpio. I am very curious to see how this energy will affect us. However, it stays in Scorpio until the 20th. December in Scorpio. After that, it goes retrograde and comes back again, just as a preliminary note. And then we actually have on the 29th of March, which is a Saturday, the 29th of March, we have a solar eclipse, meaning the solar eclipse at 8 or 9 degrees Aries. Yes, the new moon in Aries is coming up. Restart. Exactly. Restart energy. This is a fire energy, a very, very active energy. Strong willpower, a new chapter may open. We already had the new astrological year starting on Thursday. That was also, I must honestly say, on that day I actually started something new. So it is, at the moment, everything is going very well for me. I can't say it any other way. So this year is truly under a good star for me. I hope it's the same for you, that you are making good progress. Also in your endeavors, as I said, I also had a topic that I kept putting off. I have been putting it off since last year. And I knew that I had to tackle it at some point this year. I kept postponing it. And now also with the eclipse season. By the way, this is the last eclipse for now at the beginning of the year. The second of 4. And with that, the eclipse season is also over for now. It will only return at the end of the year, September, October. And it is indeed the case during the eclipse season, or rather, during the retrogrades. I mentioned this in an astrological forecast. For March, things will resurface that we have, yes, postponed, simply things we haven't addressed. And that has indeed happened to me. And I can't tell you any other way. Tackle the things you are putting off. One day you will be confronted with it again, sooner or later. And yes, for me, a few things were indeed already too late. But I knew it myself. My hands were simply tied. I didn't have a solution for it. And I knew the solution would come eventually when the time was right. I was then also forced to do something else instead of what I actually wanted. And finally, it was fulfilled for me on Thursday. Or rather, finally on Friday. I am very thankful and very happy that I was there. I no longer have a problem in that regard. Yes. As I said, some might want to take another look back to last year, September. October, yes, the eclipse season also, what was pending then, whether you have completed it or not. As I said, we have the new moon in Aries. This is a very strong energy. It's also such an energy again. For the next 6 months, where I would say, look at what you intended back then, whether it has now been fulfilled, realized. What still needs to be looked at? What still needs to be addressed? What can finally be completed? What can be restarted? A new chapter. Open a new chapter. That's actually how it stands. Under the motto, I would also say, as I said, there will be another video about it. I will probably manage to film the video on Thursday, or maybe already on Wednesday, and then it will be published for you on Thursday. That's how I feel, yes. For the new moon in Aries. I'm very curious about that. Yes, that's it for now. And then, my dears, what can I say? On the 30th March, yeah, we have Neptune in Aries. I think this week Mercury will also, won't it go back over Aries again? I have a feeling, won't it go back over Aries again this week? Wait, I need to quickly check my astrology tool. So I think it will happen again on the 29th, right? Yeah, I believe on the 29th, Mercury will also go back into Pisces again. But I'm not 100% sure about that. It's currently on Monday, it's at 4 degrees. I think it will happen again. I think it was on the 29th. On the 29th, Mercury will go back into Pisces again. Yes, the 29th. That was it. I didn't write it down. Thought I would remember it. All right, let's finally get to the last part. The 30th. Yes, the 30th of March. Neptune in the sign of Aries. This actually only happens every 164 years. 164 years ago, none of us were around, so we don't know how it will be. And especially the constellation that is present now, it wasn't there before. And Neptune in Aries actually stays until the 22nd, Oct 2025 in Aries. Then it will go retrograde again and return to Pisces. And then in January, I believe it was the 25th or 26th, Jan, Neptune goes back into the sign of Aries. So this Aries 0 point is very, very important. I watched a video by Silke Schaefer 2 days ago or so. So when she published it, my last video, super informative. There were just such awesome messages in it. I can only recommend it to you. Watch the video. She is a professional astrologer. And she mentioned and talked about some things that are just, wow, what awaits us. A new cycle is opening. As I said, we haven't seen or experienced this transit in our lifetimes. It can actually mean that we are heading into major new beginnings. In general, new energy, new world. Everything will be a bit different. Everything will change, even on a global scale. We feel, I think, yes, the urge, especially with Aries and Neptune, the urge to start anew, to begin again, perhaps also to realize our dreams. Big new dreams, a bigger or newer life. And I also like to say lately, hold on to your vision. And most of you here have probably noticed that something has also come true for me in the last few weeks, for which I am very grateful that it happened the way it did. Ultimately, also with my other channels, it was a very, 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 very deep-seated wish of mine to eventually start the English one. Now, I am also available in Spanish and Turkish. And yes, I am curious to see what else will come. So at the moment, I am really very, very happy. Of course, there are a few things that still need to be addressed, things you like to look at. I just took the deck of cards and there was the Ace of Cups under the deck, which also tells me that there are very, very big new beginnings this week. Very important new beginnings as well. I also believe that for many, a new beginning is coming this week. Okay, my dears, I'll leave it here with this intro for now. A good 18 minutes have passed. As I said, I'm not rushing anymore. I also take the time to tell you about it. A little reminder. I have decided that you will get the 2026 annual reading with a 25% early bird discount. I am extending it for another week. For those who still want to participate, let's say until the 31st of March, because the 30th of March will go until the 31st of March. In 2025, you can purchase the 2026 annual reading with the early bird discount for 25% less. Book the 2025 annual reading anyway. I will remove it sometime next month or the month after, and then I will already put in 2027. But for now, it will remain available. And yes, this reading will be released on Sunday. Anyone who still wants the spring reading at a discount can do so until Sunday the 23rd March. Save 20% on the spring reading without any additional code. When you add it to the cart, it will be automatically deducted. Exactly, that's just for you, my dears. I would say, let's start with the zodiac signs and see you soon in the videos. Hello, dear Geminis. Welcome to your weekly reading. Before we start, I just forgot to mention this in the intro. We also have 2 portal days this week, namely on Monday and Tuesday, the 24th. And the 25th, March. Unfortunately, I forgot that. Completely forgot. Well, I've mentioned it now. Always remember that the roles in a reading can be reversed. Time is always relative, time flows. And these are always collective readings, general readings. Of course, it may also be that not everything will align with you and this reading here. Yes, and all important information, all important links, and also the cards I use can always be found below in the info box. And everything I currently offer can be found on my website. I have sorted out the cards once. We have the new moon. A new beginning is approaching. New moon in Aries. Time to act. And we have the solar eclipse. A massive change. Let's see what wants to come to you this week. Two of Wands and Seven of Swords. Oh, what else do we have here? Temperance. Yes, it's time to make decisions, to stop running away. Temperance also means coming back into balance. I have this feeling here. I'll put the cards back in shortly. I have the feeling you're at a crossroads. You don't know how the path should continue now. You keep running away, you're not in balance, you're not centered. Something is not in balance with you here. You are not in balance. Let's see how this will manifest now. Nine of Wands and the Ace of Coins. Yes, you are definitely not in balance. I feel you are very powerless here. You're also not feeling well. With the Nine of Wands, things are actually going well. One is very powerless, yes, also dejected. You are waiting here for a helping hand. That's the feeling I have here. One can just barely hold oneself upright. One is waiting here for a chance, for a helping hand, for someone to relieve or help them. That's the feeling I have here, that one. Yes, that, how do you say that now? That someone pulls you out, wherever you are stuck right now. That someone pulls you out, helps you, gives you a hand, something like that. That's the feeling I have here. Maybe also seen financially. Oh, Five of Swords, Five of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. You can change your destiny yourself. You have the strength, believe in it. You have the strength to get out of there. But I have the feeling that there could actually be someone who gives you a chance. Offers. Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles. Maybe you also get two chances here. You then have to decide. It can be in the job sector. With the Pentacles, we have the theme of jobs. But it doesn't have to be. You always have to look for yourself, for which area of life you are looking. Yes, you have to decide now. So you will have to make a decision. We have the Two of Wands that fell out. You must not run away anymore. Finally decide here for what fulfills you, where you think something could grow. With the Hanged Man, I have this feeling that it's hanging upside down. It can actually mean for some that you are looking at things from a different perspective or want to. I'm saying here quite honestly, you need to make a pros and cons list. You have to make a decision there. Ultimately, you will have to decide whether it's about two people, two situations, two jobs, or whatever. You will have to make a decision there. This is very, very exciting right now. You see how I shuffled the cards? I shuffled the cards before I started the video. Now I just shuffled them. I shuffle the cards as they fall out. 1, 2, 3. Things are moving forward for you again. Three of Coins. Choose the one where you know. You can put down roots. Also, a topic for the future. Where do you want to build something for yourself? Yes. 1, 2. This is very, very exciting because it actually happens very rarely that the cards fall together like this. Things are moving forward for you. This will be a moment in the week, but I have the feeling that a chance will come quite quickly here. You should seize it. And then you can already see in which direction it can develop. Topic of the future. Maybe you are building something new for yourself. A massive change. So, a lot can be possible this week. I was going to say, I'll eat my hat if the Four of Coins do that, but it's not. The devil is in the details. Under the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. But I perceive the Nine of Cups positively. Ace of Cups. The sun is also nearby. What else is there that you need to free yourself from? As I said, the devil is in the details. This can actually be the case with the Ten of Pentacles, that you are still living or residing in a domestic environment. As I said, you hope that someone will help you out of there. That's the feeling I have here. But that will also happen. Luck is on your side. It is important that you regain your stability. It is important that you start taking action now. It is important that you are now ready to make decisions to change something. I also have the feeling that it could actually be financial, that you are dependent on something or someone, whether it's here, in the domestic sphere, or perhaps dependent on your job. This causes you distress and worry, but ultimately you must make a decision, take control here, and then start anew. So I have the feeling that you need to make a decision here. You cannot stay there any longer. We have the new ones here. We have the new ones here. And I have this feeling that it's time for you to complete this, to end it. The devil is in the middle. Something where you are dependent also gives you security. That can also be financial. As I said, it can be materially financial, but it can also be this security. So with the coins, we also have this security, this theme of responsibility as well. The question is whether you are truly satisfied here. And I rather have the feeling, no. So, even though we still have the 9 of Swords under the deck here, that is definitely not satisfaction. So I rather have the feeling that it's this dependency, that one is dependent on someone, perhaps also financially. Yes, I'll leave it at that for now. Let's take a look at the Monology card. I am drawing a message for you now. I have sorted out the card. Here we are drawing one now. The lunar eclipse, the one we had on the 14th. Results are within reach. So the goal is within grasp. Don't give up. I also believe that the 2 eclipses are very important here for you, so that you might finally be ready here as well. Change something until now. It was certainly like the start, and now the end is inevitably coming. That's the feeling I have here. Feel free to also check out last week's weekly reading for you. I don't remember 100% what was in it right now. Last week was... I'm trying to think about what was there myself. But they were very similar, the 12th zodiac sign. But this week they are already interesting, I feel. So I think it will get more interesting towards summer with the readings. Let's see where the journey goes. I want to know this now. It gives me no peace. I have to take a look at it. I'll quickly check on my channel myself. I'll quickly check what's there. The headline was, because then I roughly know what the matter was. Gemini. That wasn't meant for you. So actually, you already knew last week that it wasn't meant for you. Be ready to leave this situation this week. Okay. I will now lay another row for you with the cards in the continuation. Then we'll see what will come your way. I will draw a power animal for you. Which power animal will accompany you this week? Then I will draw a soul message for you, an answer in the angel card. This can be an answer to your question or also advice for you. And to conclude, we will also draw love messages for you. You have the choice to watch the continuation between 2 different links, at least on the German channel. On the other channels, there is currently only one. The first link is always the link that leads you to my website. There you can always watch the continuation individually. And it's very important that you always receive 2 emails. The first email is the confirmation email. There you also have your invoice included. Then you receive a second email. In that one, you have a button that directs you to the continuation. Feel free to check the spam folder as well. The second email can indeed end up in the spam folder. Then you also have the option to watch the continuation through the channel membership on YouTube. This is the second link, which then leads you to the continuation of the channel membership. However, you can only watch the video if you are a channel member. There you will find a third link, which then leads you to my channel membership area. There you can sign up for a channel membership. Starting from the 2nd level here, from the SOR Community Bronze, you have full access to all continuations of the weekly readings. And you can always find these links below in the info box and also in the top comment. I look forward to welcoming you there soon, and to everyone else, I wish you already a wonderful week here. All the best, and until the next reading. Bye bye.